Hello, welcome to this again. So last year, I made a video installing Windows on this Chromebook. Actually, it was installing Windows on this Chromebook because I broke the other one. This is the Google Pixel Book. It is a Chromebook that retailed for $1,000 at launch and has the code name Eve. And it can do this. And that video where I installed Windows on this thing is the most popular video on this channel, so we're doing a sequel, baby! Wow! So in that video, I installed Windows 11, which, you know, at the moment is the most recent version of Windows. But I want to find out what the oldest version of Windows I can install on this thing is. So might as well start with Windows 10. I've got it on a USB stick right here, so let's just see what happens. So the actual last video I did with this thing was installing macOS, and as you can see, it's not doing so hot. So I'm just gonna boot off this and wipe the hard drive and all that. Now, how exactly you boot off this? I forgot. So, escape? Okay. Give me a boot menu. USB disk. Oh, that's a start. Alright, we're at the installer, and oh my goodness, this screen is reflective. And oh my goodness, this install screen is small. Install now. This install is only gonna exist for like 15 minutes, so yeah, let's just go pro. They should name a camera after that. Also, if you're wondering how, you know, I'm just able to boot USB sticks on this thing, in the installing Windows video, I had to flash like a custom UEFI BIOS on this thing, and that's actually what bricked the other one. And yeah, this thing just has an x86 chip in it, so, you know, after you get a new BIOS on there, you can just boot stuff. And we're copying files, alright. Oh, it rebooted and I didn't even notice. Oh, okay. And it got my network drivers. Got some more setup to do, oh boy. Can I, like, increase the brightness of this at all? No? Okay. Well, that was fast. Okay. Alright, we are at the desktop already, and it's really big. No, I don't. Microsoft, I don't. Now, we're not gonna have sound for any of these, just because you have to, like, get some custom drivers that are, like, through Patreon, and I don't feel like dealing with that at the moment, so it's a lot of work for an install that's only gonna exist for the next, like, 5 minutes. The hell is this? Huh. Probably not important. Well, that just kind of worked. Which, I mean, kind of expected that, but you may have noticed the USB stick's changed, and it's not Linux, it's just the first USB stick that I've found, so. This has Windows 8.1 on it, which is the last version of Windows that I expect to just kind of work. After that, I feel like we're gonna have to start doing some, you know, UEFI shenanigans, which, yeah. Wonder if I can do it through here. Oh boy. No, it's not. Yeah, sure, we'll get updates. I'm willing to wait for that quality Windows 8.1 experience. Oh, well, we found display drivers, it seems. And it seems we've switched refresh rates, too, which is inconvenient for me. Oh, that's making things worse. All right. 59.982 hertz? What the hell? I don't have a product key, and I don't think it lets me skip it without, you know... Yeah, okay, all right. I guess we're gonna just reboot, give me the boot menu, and boot off that USB stick. See what happens. All right, that's promising. Even more promising. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. You can't see, but the trackpad isn't working. So that's... okay, that'll be a problem later. Alright, I've got this USB dock that I'm gonna try to use. Where's my nearest mouse? Okay, well, the mouse has got power, and it works. Hell yeah. Though, it still won't, you know... won't let me skip the product key. Do I need a more updated version of Windows 8.1? I might. Let me go find one. Alright, I found a fully updated ISO, so hopefully this one actually, you know, works. Boot menu, go to that one. Trackpad's still broken, but the mouse works. Well, it looks slightly different now, so, and we're off. Oh, the computer rebooted. It wants a product key that I don't have, so no. Let's make it, sure, that one. Hello again. I can get new apps from the App Store. I'm good, thank you. And it's already giving me Microsoft Edge stuff. I don't care. I don't care. I literally just installed this operating system. And I can't close it? That's great. Let me out. Let me out. Thank you. Oh, here we are on Windows 8.1, build 9600 apparently. The trackpad is still very much not working, but I mean, the mouse is, so... And I believe this is the last operating system that I'll be able to easily install, at least. And that's because Windows 8 was the first version of Windows to officially support UEFI booting, and I believe this thing only supports UEFI booting. Like, I don't think there's any legacy options in the settings to be able to boot older OSs. But lucky for me, there's some people who figured out how to run Windows 7 off of UEFI. So I think with a bit of work, I can get Windows 7 installed on this thing. Well, I accidentally pressed the power button and something tells me this thing is not going to wake up from sleep. Yeah, it just completely rebooted the machine. Well, I was going to do that anyway so I could check the BIOS. There's secure boot configuration and that's it. Yeah, there's absolutely no legacy options for this thing. I can boot from file. That's kind of useful. So yeah, it's only UEFI. So I'm gonna move over to my computer real quick so I can, you know, do the first steps to install Windows 7 on this thing. Alright, so I'm on my main PC right now, and this is the GitHub repository that I'm going to be following. Windows 7 UEFI installation instructions. Alright, so step 1 is get the 64-bit ISO of Windows 7, and pop that into Rufus, and make sure that the partition scheme is set to GPT and UEFI, and we let that go. Alright, now that that's finished, we can download the UEFI 7 software, which I have right here, and apparently on the USB stick, I need to go to EFI boot and rename this to .original.efi, and then I put this in here. And with that, we're apparently able to eject this and bring it back to the Chromebook. Try again. Thank you. Back at it again at Krispy Kreme. We're gonna try turning this on. We have the new USB stick plugged in. Bring me to the boot menu, and try just booting off this USB stick. The resolution is not supported. It is likely that Windows might fail to boot even with the handler installed. Press enter to try a new hack that'll force the display driver to work. Okay, give it a shot. Unable to lock memory. Just give it a shot, I guess. Pre-boot sanity check failed. I don't care. Oh my goodness. Do I look sane to you? We seem to be stuck on Windows as loading files. Alright, I'm gonna try just rebooting this. Boot menu, USB stick. Okay, it loads the files. I saw a blinking cursor for a second, but that's it. Alright, so this isn't going anywhere, so I did the exact same thing to this USB stick, and I'm just gonna see if, you know, using a different USB stick makes a difference, because sometimes it does. I did look up some other potential solutions to this problem, and there's a couple, so we've got a few options. Boot menu, try to boot off of that one. I don't care about your sanity. And it loads, and then that stops blinking, and nothing happens. Nice. Okay, so yeah, this isn't working. So I found a forum thread of people with this exact issue, and somebody linked a pre-made ISO by this other YouTuber that supposedly just works. So, I mean, I've got it on a USB stick. I'm gonna give it a shot, I guess. The ISO was 6 gigabytes for some reason, so I mean... Oh, it's booting into Windows 10. Okay, yeah, alright, yeah. Windows 8, I mean. I mean, at least it tried a little... Wait, huh? Wait, no, wait, it booted into the setup. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, what? Is this just like a modified Windows setup that has just replaced the file with Windows 7 or something? And also the trackpad works. Windows 7 Ultimate Service Pack 1. What the hell? Custom, just get rid of all this, I guess. Yeah, sure, give it... Okay, sure, why not? Windows 10 installer that's actually a Windows 7 installer. I don't care anymore. Oh, see what happens when it tries to reboot. Place your bets. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it goes. Well, this is fun while it lasted. Yeah, no shit, man. Just try it again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, yeah, cool. Safe mode? I don't know. Give it a shot. Problem is, can you finish the installation on safe mode? That's a great question. I looked away for a second. I'm assuming it blue screened because, you know, we're back here. Now what? I don't know, last good configuration? It's not like there was a good configuration in the first place, but I mean, yeah, there it goes. Okay. What other internet solutions can I find up in here? There's an Intel support page for it? What the hell? The Intel Windows 7 USB 3.0 creator, and it just has Rufus in it, in the guide. This is an official Intel website, and it's just telling you to use this software from Intel that doesn't exist anymore. Archive.org, save me, please. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, when's this from? At least 2016, maybe. Oh, we're in the money. We're in the money. Oh, there's no archive of it, is there? Damn it. Okay. Yeah, it's been gone for a long time, hasn't it? I forgot that .zip is a real thing now. God damn it. Has somebody possibly archived it somewhere? Or or... Okay, what if I just look up Windows 7 UEFI ISO? Okay, this one's made for the Surface Pro 1. It's apparently made by this YouTuber. I'd say the Surface Pro is pretty similar to this Chromebook. It's another 6 gigabytes. Let's just give it a shot, I guess. Alright, this thing's just been boot looping for a little while. Like, there it goes. But I got this other one for the Surface on a USB stick. Let's give it a shot. I just need to shut this thing down first. Boot menu. That one. Give it a shot. I have a feeling this one's gonna do a similar thing that the other one did, where it takes a pre-existing EFI installer and just kind of slaps Windows 7 into it. Yeah, like, yeah. I'm just hoping it's not the same one. It is totally the exact same one. There, I guess we'll find out, but that, like, I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Alright, send it. Okay, the computer's rebooting. Wow, it does even less than the other one did. Huh, alright. Like, is it even on? Is the computer even on? I pressed the power button and nothing happened. What if I try it again? Oh, the computer's back on. Give it another shot, I suppose. Oh, it's really small. Just try it normally. Yeah, sure, give it a shot. Welp. So the furthest we've gotten is 2 frames into the Windows 7 startup screen before it blue screens. Yeah, sure, just give it a shot on safe mode while I go look for more solutions. You know, I wonder if it just, like, really doesn't like eMMC storage because it's frozen on disk.sys. So yeah, it seems Windows 7 doesn't have any support for eMMC out of the box, which would make sense. I wonder if maybe I could do a Windows to Go solution. Apparently there's just a hilariously over-specced out version of Windows 7 Ultimate I can download that apparently has eMMC support. I can try that and then, you know, put the UEFI patches on it. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see what happens. Like, I'm downloading a, like, 3rd version of Windows 7. Alright, I've got this uber cracked out version of Windows 7 on this USB stick with the UEFI patch installed. Let's see what happens. Boot menu, boot off the USB stick, give it a shot. I don't care. Damn it. I wonder if it's possible for me to take one of the ISOs that, like, had the hybrid installer and put, you know, the new thing on that. I'm gonna look into that. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the install.win file from the super souped up version of Windows 7 and put it on the, you know, like Windows 10 install hybrid thing. So I'm hoping that the .wim file contains the drivers that I need. I guess we'll find out. Boot menu, that one. Give it a shot. Alright, the installer's working. I don't have a product key. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh boy, the computer's gonna restart. Let's see what's gonna do. Well, that's a new one. The hell is that? IMF63x64.sys. What the hell is that? So there's 2 options. Either A, I boot into a Windows PE environment with that file on my USB stick and, you know, put it back, or B, I move to Windows to Go. I kind of want to see what happens if I try to replace the sys file, so I'm gonna go locate that. So it seems this file doesn't exist anywhere, so I guess I'm trying Windows to Go. It's a different day now. So this USB stick has the ISO that got the furthest on it, but I clicked Windows to Go in Rufus, and I'm just gonna see if it does anything. Kinda hope it does do something, because Windows to Go USB sticks take like an hour and 20 minutes to make. Boot menu, give it a shot. Oh, that's 1 frame. And, okay. Well, nice. Yeah, sure, give it a shot in safe mode. See what happens. I don't care. And it crashes on disk.sys. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, the main problem, the UEFI, we solved the UEFI issue. It's eMMC that's the problem, which is even more confusing because it's on a USB stick now, which isn't eMMC. So there's a few more options actually. Let me go let me go assess my options. So I have eMMC drivers for Windows 7, thanks to this person in my Discord server, link in the description. And they've also sent me an ISO that apparently has eMMC and UEFI and stuff. So we ball, I suppose? Let me download said ISO and stick it onto a USB. If this doesn't work, then there's another option that is called putting a new BIOS on this thing, because apparently there is a legacy BIOS that you can install on this thing. Can you install any versions of Windows on it? That's an incredible question, and I have no idea. But it's worth a shot, I suppose. But first I have to wait for this thing to download and put on a USB stick, so I mean, yeah, I'll just... Alright, we've got mysterious Reddit version of Windows 7 on USB stick. Let's give it a shot. One of these has to have, like, you know, the working combination of drivers and modifications to make Windows 7 work on this thing, right? Okay, yeah, this one's using the Windows 10 method again. Makes sense. It's the only one that's worked so far. Oh, well, that's new. They've imported the assets from the Windows 7 setup in here too, but not that one apparently. Alright, yeah. Custom, delete all these partitions once again. Alright, let's see how this goes. I mean, it looks promising, but that's just because it looks different from all the other ones. Oh, the computer rebooted. I looked away for a few seconds and it rebooted. It's quite the black screen you got there, huh? I could probably tell you exactly what it's complaining about if I turn it off and turn it back on again and try to boot it in safe mode. Disk.sys? Yep. And it crashes. So people are saying on this other forum thread that I found that if I replace the EFI file that's on the hard drive with the, you know, UEFI 7 one, then it works. So I'm gonna give that a shot, but first I need to make it. I need to make a Linux USB stick so that I can boot into, you know, something that I can actually use to, you know, change file system things. All right, the Linux USB stick is no longer a lie because it has Ubuntu on it now. So you know, now the question is, can I get Linux booting on this thing? Boy, I hope the answer is yes. Or this is gonna be, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, yes, try or install Ubuntu. Oh, okay, that's nice. Alright, cool. Oh, nice. Oh, even the trackpad works, nice. Maybe I should have gone with a simpler operating system than Ubuntu. All I need is a file explorer. Okay, here is the thing. Boot. Oh, I'm going back to that guide on the EFI GitHub thing. I don't know which one of these is the UEFI thing, because, like, this is just Rufus, apparently. And I'm assuming this is just for, you know, Ubuntu. Thing is, I put the EFI files on the Linux flash drive thinking I'd be able to, you know, access it from there, and I am very much not. So, you know, the UEFI partition that I'm seeing is just something that's made by, you know, Rufus. Where the hell is the EFI partition for Windows? Let's see, if I do cd/boot/EFI. Nice. I'm awful at Linux. I can't even figure out how to mount a drive. Oh, shit. There it is. Oh my god. I need to rename this. I don't have write access. No. Can I, like, make a new one? No. How can I get write access to this? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut this down. Alright, so I've got one of the previous installers on that USB stick. I don't know exactly which one, which installer I mean, but I'm pretty sure it'll at least let me boot into something that I can, you know, do something with. Okay, it's this one. Alright, give me next, repair your computer, troubleshoot, give me a command prompt, please. Thank you. Notepad, file, save as, and now we have a file explorer. Incredible. How to mount EFI partition in Windows. Use disk management. Can't do that. I'm in a recovery screen. Okay, we go back here. We open up disk part. We've got 4 partitions. 2 of them are hidden. Select volume 1. Assign letter equals U. Okay, it says it assigned it. Can I see it? There it is. That's the recovery one. That's not what I want then. Okay. And where'd my command prompt go? I kind of need that. I can Alt-Tab. Hell yeah. Okay, we're going to list volumes. We're going to select volume 2 this time. And we're going to mount it to the V drive. Okay, what? Yes! It's an EFI partition. Okay, so we need to rename this .original. Okay, now we need to open another Alright, we're back. Where were we? Okay, so can I get another notepad? Hell yeah. Okay. File, save as, and I just need to grab UEFI 7 and just pop this in here. Can I not click and drag? I can. All right. Can I copy and paste? Okay, it's in. All right. We ball. And now if I reboot the computer, so now if I unplug the USB stick and turn the thing on, what happens? Yeah, just start Windows normally. Give it a shot. My assumption is that it's gonna crash because of eMMC again, but, you know, or just nothing happens. Okay, then what if I try safe mode again? It's stuck on disk.sys again. Alright. So, anybody up for a new BIOS? I'm not, but I'll do it. I'm just gonna, like, fully install Ubuntu on this thing real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so we have Ubuntu installed now, and I have Mr. Chromebox's website here. We just need the script from here. Nice one. I don't have a curl, apparently. That's... Alright, sudo apt install curl Linux moment. Also, if you're wondering what this cable is, it's going to my phone because I have to use USB tethering to get the Wi-Fi to work, so... Okay, now can I do this? Oh boy. Okay, so if I wanted to get the legacy one, how would I do that? Apparently there's an update to the firmware. I could try updating the firmware and seeing if that makes a difference, but also I think any of these require me to have write protection disabled, which I can do. It's just really annoying. Do I have to unplug the battery? I mean, it's just working, supposedly, so... But I also really don't want to have to reinstall Ubuntu again if the new firmware doesn't work. Oh, apparently there's a whole thing on the website for legacy boot. Okay, so we flashed it properly. Let's reboot just to see if this does anything. Place your bets. Hey, I didn't break it. I mean, I could just restore stock firmware and then reinstall legacy firmware, which I mean... I could do. It's like the only option I've got, right? I don't think this firmware update is gonna fix... You know what? I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna see if this firmware update fixed Windows 7, which means I need to reinstall Windows 7. Well, judging by the fact that I looked away for a while and looked back over and the screen is black, something tells me that it's doing the exact same thing as it was earlier. So I'm gonna install Ubuntu again. Whoop-de-doo. Give me this. Give me terminal. Paste this. It's gonna complain about curl, so I do sudo. I wait for curl to install. Then I run this script again, and I'm gonna try restoring stock firmware. Okay. That's something. I don't have either of those USBs. I guess I'm making a recovery USB stick, I guess. Because I don't know where my firmware is for this thing. Let me just, where's Chrome? Here we go. Google Pixelbook. Go. That one. Do it. Give it a shot. Alright, I've got the Chrome OS recovery that it wanted. Gonna have to plug this in on this side because it's the only other adapter I have. Alright, restore using a Chrome OS recovery USB. Unable to extract firmware. Okay, let me look at my hard drive a little bit. Holy moly, I have a lot of .rom folders. I found it. Holy sh. So I believe, judging by the timestamp, that this is the firmware for the Chromebook that I bricked. But I'm hoping that it works anyway. I have to enter that whole ass file name. Oh, god damn it. Okay, it's restoring the firmware. Man, I like using a headset for recording it all, but like, the cable does this. What the hell? I'm not gonna stop it, because that sounds like a bad idea, but it's taken a while. Okay, so, after rebooting, you need to restore Chrome OS using Chrome OS Recovery Media. Okay. Oh! I can install- wait! I can still install legacy firmware from here? I don't have to do it through- okay, cool. I'm gonna do that. I don't want to go through Chrome OS again, so, let me do legacy BIOS. That's what I want. Cannot be used to run Windows, period. I'll give it a shot anyways. Alright, it's installing the firmware. Okay, so now we have legacy firmware installed. So, in theory, we might be able to, you know, do Windows 7 on this thing now, after I figure out the eMMC problem. This just eliminates the UEFI problem so that I don't have to deal with both. So if I reboot this, what happens? So last time we'll see that rabbit, probably. The system is applying a critical update. That's a new one. It's also like blowing out the exposure. Jeez Louise, and it's gone. Now what? Okay, that's something. All right. And it's still too bright for you to see. There you go. I'm sorry to anybody watching on a monitor in full screen. That's really bright. So now I need to make a modified Windows 7 ISO using our old friend Nlight. So we're gonna use Nlight to make a modified ISO, one that has these mysterious drivers that I found on the internet slipstreamed onto them. So I'm not sure if I should just like try all of them at once or what, but I need to apparently extract the contents from a Windows 7 ISO. Okay, we got this here now. I need to go sources, take the boot.wim folder apparently, and just kind of, and I click Windows PE and I click load. Me when my C drive doesn't have enough storage. It needs 10 gigabytes. Man, I can't do that. Okay, we have storage now. Can I load this now? Cool. Go to drivers, I click add and directory containing drivers. And I'm just gonna like rip this. See what happens. We got one of them. All right, apply it. Give it a shot. And apparently I just redo this for everything. It's still using Longhorn pre-installation. What? It's a Windows 7 ISO and it still has Longhorn on it? Huh? All right, I did all the stuff. Let me make an ISO now. Just, yeah, sure. Nlight.iso. Weeball! Will this work? Probably not. Will I have to go back to UEFI and just modify one of the pre-existing ones with, you know, different drivers? Probably. Well, is it gonna take like another day and a half? Probably. God damn it. Rufus, I need you. Thank you. Where's my goddamn thing? There it goes. Let me do this on MBR because I know it's not gonna work if it's not MBR. Let's just give it a shot. Let's just give it a shot. Okay, I got the USB stick here. Is it gonna work? Probably not, to be honest, but I mean, it's worth a shot, I suppose. Okay, so I need to press Control L while it's booting, apparently. I just realized I have 2 USB sticks plugged in. What the hell's that about? Well, nothing happens when I press Control L. So that's something. So I think I need to actually, you know, install Chrome OS first so that I can put it into developer mode, which I can then use to boot the USB stick, I think. Maybe. Which means I'm making another Chrome OS USB stick. Oh boy. I just realized when I was making that other USB stick, did I click Google Chromebook Pixel instead of Google Pixelbook? Because apparently there's such thing as a Google Chromebook Pixel. Apparently. So that might have been why it didn't work. Okay, the USB stick's been created. Can I use it to, you know, restore? That's a great question. I sure hope so, because I kind of need a usable OS to go back to UEFI if I inevitably have to. Hey, you can't read that, can you? There you go, there's a bit more, you can read that a bit better. Boy, I love reversing technically a year's worth of work. System recovery is in progress. Okay, I see the USB stick blinking a lot. That's a good thing. Oh, the computer shut off. Oh, it's the Google logo. Oh. Touchpad firmware updating. We don't want that actually, because I know the script downgrades it, but hey, welcome to your Chromebook. And it's gone. Okay, nice. Oh, okay, it's just rebooting. Nice. Oh, it's still updating the firmware. Do not touch the touchpad. Okay, we're back to the Chromebook screen. All right. The screen reader on Chrome OS. Oh my god. The trackpad isn't working. Uh-oh. 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 Nothing works, in fact. Does the mouse work if I plug in one? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so if I unplug that and plug this in and turn this thing off, and then I hold down escape, refresh, then press the power button. Oh, to turn, okay, I pressed Control D and to turn OS verification off, press enter. Okay. You still can't see it because it's too damn bright. Okay, OS verification is off. That is a good thing. So now if I turn this thing off and do the same thing. I turned it off though. I turned off OS verification. Okay, I think I have to like actually wait for it to. Okay, now we're transitioning to developer mode. Hell yeah. Oh, it's preparing system for developer mode and the The graphics aren't looking so hot. Okay, it rebooted. Oh, I hated that. I still gotta update the touchpad firmware. Okay, this still doesn't work. The trackpad still doesn't work. Okay, so now if I turn this off and I turn this back on, and on this screen I do Control D, and nothing happens. Oh, and it's updating the firmware again. Okay, yeah, okay. How does this work? I don't know. Oh wait, it's because I need to press Control L, not Control D. My bad. Well, I don't know what that means. I know it told me something about it, but I forgot. If you hear 2 beeps after pressing Control L, then either your device doesn't have a valid legacy boot mode firmware installed, or legacy boot compatibility has not been enabled via the cross-system flags above. Oh, I see. I need to actually log into the Chromebook. Can I, like, you know, do those commands as a guest? Okay, yeah, it says I can do just a guest account, which is good. I'm browsing as a guest. Neat. If I do Control-Alt-T, I'm in Crosh now, and I type in shell. Okay, that's something. If you want to use sudo commands, use the v2 shell. Control-Alt that one? Oh, that's sure something. So now I need to do sudo cross system dev boot legacy equals 1. Please use Alt FW. Okay. Okay. So now, theoretically, if I turn this off, turn this back on, and press Control L, that's really small. Oh my goodness. It says CBIOS version, and then it gives you the CBIOS version. I don't even know if it's focused well enough for you to see that or not, but so like now what? Do I just like wait, or I press escape apparently? That does nothing. What if okay, I'm gonna reboot this. Control L. That happens. I press escape. We have one more line than we did earlier. I'm gonna unplug both of these just to trying to rule out any potential problems that could be occurring. Press escape for boot menu. Well, it did something, but now it's doing nothing. I'm gonna plug the Linux USB stick back in. Not the Linux one, the Windows USB stick back in. Go back here. Escape for boot menu. Okay, we have something now. Give me USB. I see the USB stick blinking. I don't know if it's blinking bright enough for you to see it, but it is blinking. The sheer lack of information is really annoying, because like it's not blinking anymore, and it's just stuck on booting from hard disk. What am I supposed to do with that information other than, oh, it doesn't work? That's all I know, is that it doesn't work. You know, I thought this would just kind of work and that this video would be a little bit too short, but it's nearing the end of day 2 and nothing is happening. Okay, so nothing's happening. I'm just gonna try again, I suppose. What if I just try again? I'm gonna flip the USB stick over just for the hell of it. Control L, give me the boot menu. Okay, it didn't even have me select anything. Now it's just booting from hard disk. Okay, what happens if I just, you know, let it boot up normally now, I guess? I don't know. I'm thinking I just, like, you know, shut up. Do I just try UEFI again? Or, like, it takes a lot, because, like, I have to unplug the battery and everything, and it keeps trying to update the touchpad, and then it fails. Touchpad's just f***ed, I guess. Okay, so it's been a few days, and I have a few ideas, but they all require me to, you know, reinstall the UEFI BIOS, so... Is the trackpad still broken? The trackpad's still broken, alright, nice. Okay, browse as a guest. Control-Alt that one, then I type in cd curl / lof https // Mr. Chromebox.sh. Let's see if I typed that wrong. Well, read-only file system, what do you mean? Oh, I need to log in as Chronos, I'm stupid. Okay, now we're logged in as Chronos. Can I just... Okay, I can't. God damn it, I gotta retype that whole thing again. We trust you have received the usual lecture from the local system administrator. Alright, we are balling. So it says full write protect is disabled. I'm hoping that means I don't have to take out the battery to flash a BIOS again. I want to install the UEFI firmware. Give it a whirl. I already have a backup, so... Installing full ROM firmware. Alright, cool. Alright, it finished, and now we need to downgrade the touchpad firmware, apparently, so... Error flashing touchpad firmware. Yeah, something tells me that something broke just entirely with the touchpad, and now the touchpad is just bricked. So, whoops. Okay, so when after it finishes, you power off the device using the script menu option. Do not reboot immediately. If you disconnected the battery, reconnect it. Power on and boot your Linux/Windows installation media. Okay, I'm going to power off and hope I don't need to buy another one of these. And I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because I know that the replacement BIOS takes a little bit to do things on its first boot. So here it sits for a remainder of time. Alright, I'm gonna try pressing the power button. Hey! Okay, I don't need to buy another one. Okay. Okay, so now I can try one of my few ideas, and that is modifying one of the UEFI Windows 7 installers to put an eMMC driver in it using NT Lite. So that took a long time to do last time I tried it on my own ISO, so I'm just gonna... I've got a USB stick with the thing I made. It took like half an hour, and I'm gonna hope that I can boot off of it using the USB dock, because I'm getting tired of unplugging it and plugging it back in. Alright, let's see what happens. So I turned it on and the thing's making like a high-pitched squealing. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's fun. Alright, give me boot menu and try to boot off that USB stick. Okay, so I didn't break the UEFI partition. That's nice. Oh yeah, we're still on the one that looks like Windows 7. Custom. That's a lot of partitions. I just kind of crammed as many eMMC drivers as I could find into the install.win, so... Alright, it's probably about to reboot. Let's see what... Yeah, there it goes. Let's see what happens. It's either going to be the greatest thing I've ever done or the stupidest thing I've ever done. And it's the latter. Nothing happens. Nothing... Alright, let's see what safe mode has to say about it. Disk.sys. Disk.sys. Alright, on to plan B. So you know how every version of Windows is built off of one another? What if I took a Windows 8 beta that still was pretty much Windows 7, but just happens to support UEFI and eMMC? It would be Windows 7 enough, right? This is Windows 8 build 8056. It is supposedly the first version of Windows that supports eMMC. So, you know, there we go. Boot menu, give me that one. Loading files. Please don't freeze at the end of the second loading bar, I swear to God. Don't make me Frankenstein another USB stick. Thank you. It just says welcome. Okay. Oh shoot. I need to change the BIOS date. Hold on, because you know it's a Windows beta. It has a time bomb on it. This thing better, you know, have an option for BIOS date, or else system configuration. Time and date. What we do here is go back. I need to set it to 7/27/2011 when you see it. Alright, that should hopefully work. The boot menu, and let me boot off this. So now, hopefully it doesn't yell at me when I try to, you know, use it. Oh, that's fun. My mouse doesn't work, and neither does the trackpad. Well, okay. What if I give the mouse its own USB port? And destroy my filming setup in the process. God damn it. Okay, I don't know why going through the USB hub didn't work, but okay. A required DVD/CD drive device driver is missing? Okay. No drives were found. It might not like my USB hub, because, you know, it wasn't having it with the mouse, so, unless this thing just manages to have even less eMMC drivers than the, Windows 7 one. I could also, you know, Frankenstein one, but that's annoying. Alright, next, install. Okay, it's still not able to detect any drives, which is annoying. Alright, I'm gonna Frankenstein an installer real quick. I'm basically just gonna take one of the other, you know, working installers and just put this thing's install.win on it. Alright, I did exactly what I said I was gonna do. I took the Windows 7 UEFI thing that has, like, the working UEFI installer and replaced the install.wim file. Alright, next. Install. Don't have a product key. Oh, it replaced the license agreement. Okay, that's something. I honestly thought that was stored in the, you know, Windows PE environment that it uses to install. Alright, we ball. Alright, we find out. Am I stupid? Probably. Oh, that's something. Oh yeah, well, yeah, this is new. This is okay, alright. Oh. You can't just show a mouse cursor, then go, oh, no, we're still preparing and getting devices ready, fuck you. Oh, the mouse cursor's back. It's gone again. We're rebooting, okay. Almost ready for you to put on the finishing touches, okay. Oh. What the hell? Okay, so the mouse doesn't work despite being on. The background is gray and not fitted to the screen properly. Does the keyboard work at least? Okay, thank God. 2015? No, that's gonna break everything. There's gotta be a faster way of doing this on keyboard. Oh my God. All right, it's finalizing my settings. Oh. Looks like Windows 7 to me. Let's go. It's still, you know, a Windows beta, so, you know, don't leak our hard work. But, like, at first glance, that's Windows 7, baby. Can I get the mouse to work, though, please? I unplugged and replugged in the mouse, and now it's not even getting power. Something tells me this thing has broken USB drivers or something. Because only the keyboard works. What if I try a different USB port and adapter? Oh, hey, hell yeah. Okay, this might be asking a lot, but can we use the USB hub so that I can, you know... Oh. Yeah, something tells me we're not getting that thing working. Oh, that's annoying. It's not even picking up my USB stick. I kind of need that for my next trick. So it only picks up my mouse, huh? What if I, Oh, they did it the stupid way. They just replaced the Windows 7 wallpaper file entirely. Wait, I'm realizing Arrow works. I wasn't expecting Arrow to work at all. What do you mean Arrow works? Oh, it's not even letting me choose any other wallpaper, huh? Can I please use a different wallpaper? No. Okay, that's sure something, huh? Okay. But like, come on. This is gotta be the oldest version of Windows you can install on this thing. Without some incredible tomfoolery that I don't have the knowledge to pull off, this is the oldest version of Windows you're running on this thing. And Arrow works. Why does Arrow... What? How the hell did it find graphics drivers for this thing that work well enough to use Arrow? Though, I will say, Winver does not state it as Windows 7. It states it as Windows Developer Preview, but you know, we take what we can get. This is Windows 7 in my eyes. It's not getting any older than this, which means I can be done with this thing!